Good morning, class. Today we shall study the prose part of chapter 1, that is light in the night. In previous study, we have studied about the poem of chapter 1. Today, light in the night is the prose. I am just going to explain this chapter. London is a major capital city. London is a major capital city. Means London is a very big and popular city of England. At night, it glows brightly like most modern cities, such as most modern city of the world. It glows, it shines to very nicely like other modern city of the world. Before the 1700s, London was much smaller than it is now. Before 1700 BC, London was much smaller. It was too much smaller than it is now. Than it is present time. Means in present time it became very big, and before 1700 it was very smaller, much smaller. On cloudless moonlit night, when the cloud is without, when the sky is without cloud, that means cloudless, moonlit night, and night when it is moonlit, people would take advantage of the moonlight, and in that time people of the London would take the advantage or benefits of the moonlight, and they did do their work at night at moonlight, and go out to socialize, and they would go to social work for socialize or to meet someone for the socialization means सामाजिक वार्तालाप, सामाजिक मेल मिलाप. But night time in the city could be dangerous. But going in night time is might be very dangerous. Could be dangerous. You could trip. You could trip means you could stumble. You could fall and injure yourself, because due to the lack of light you might injure, you could trip, you could fall, you might injure your body yourself. If you fell in the river you could drown, and during the night if you could fall, if you fell in river, you certainly could be drowned. You could be attacked or robbed by criminal, and it is also possibility that you could be attacked, you could be looted, you could be robbed by the criminals in the night, in lack of light, who roamed the street, because many types of the criminals would roam on the streets for taking such advantage of robbing. You could easily get lost, and you could get lost. You could lose your life. You could lost your materials. You could lost your proper things that you have that moment. If people wanted to go out at the night, they would have to carry a burning torch or lamp. If people wanted to go in the night, it was necessary to take a burning lamp or torch, so that they might see the way clear, and they might not be harmed themselves. If they were rich enough, pay someone else to carry it. And if the people who wanted to go on the street of the London in the night, they would hire for the payment to carry the torch, so that they could see the way, and they could provide convoy. They could convoy from here to there easily. and but it is possible. It is possible if he is rich or prosperous. There were many link boys who would for a small fee hold a burning torch. There were in because it became the customs, it became the tradition, customs that people would go and someone hire the lamp lighter, someone hires to someone. To show the light, to show the way. So now it became also a profession. This profession was performed by some link boys. There were many link boys who would perform, who would provide service of showing lamp for a small fee, hold a burning torch, and they would hold a burning torch. They would hold a burning torch or lamp so that the passengers might see the way through the dark street. Some of these link boys were dishonest, but some of these link boys were dishonest. They were dishonest, and they would treat the passengers and would rob the people, and they would loot the people who had employed, who had taken them for the service of showing lamp, and then ran off, go after looting. They ran off and leave them in the dark alone. After looting them, and they would leave them in the dark alone. By the early 1700s, by the early 1700s, 17वीं शताब्दी के शुरुआत तक busy cities like London and Paris because had street lamps in some area. Till by the early 1700s, the busy cities London and Paris had managed the lamp street in some area, in some part of its city. In Paris, which had street lamps before London, the first street lamps were actually lights placed in the windows of the house. You know, Paris was the first city which has established street lamps in its city, in its area, some area before London. Means you can say before London, Paris had already managed street lamps, street lights. The police, the street lamp were actually London. The first street lamp were actually lights placed in the first street lamps were actually lights placed in windows of house. First time the street lamps were placed in the windows of the houses. In windows of the houses, the police enforced. Enforced means it was law. It was made law. Enforced a law. एक कानून लागू किया that and said in that law every house had to have a lamp burning in the window all night long. That every house have had to manage a burning lamp that will be placed in the window and that would be lit throughout the night. If the lamp went out, means if the lamp went out, people would have to get up to relight. If lamp distinguished, people have to get up, wake up, जागना पड़ता था, and to relight, and they have to relight the lamp. Our face being fined. Otherwise, they would have to face fine. some people started in to offer their service as lamplighter. Some pupils had started to provide, offer means to provide their services, अपनी सेवाओं को के रूप में as a lamplighter, that they would provide the service of lamplighter, लैंप जलाने वाले के रूप में अपना सेवा का ऑफर किया. In return for payment and in for the service they would take the payment of they would take payment. Lamplighters would put up the lamp outside the house, and lamplighter, it was the duty to put the lamp lights outside of the house and make sure it was lit, and they would have to show that it was lit properly. The street lamps reassured people and made them feel safer, and due to this state lamps due to this street lamps reassured people, and it reassured मैंने पुनः आश्वस्त करता था, and made them feel safer, और उन्हें यह महसूस कराता था कि वो सुरक्षित हैं. The authorities realized the benefits they brought. अधिकारी लोग रियलाइज माने महसूस करते थे, द बेनिफिट्स उस लाभ को, दे ब्रॉट जिन्होंने उसे लाया, एंड टू कोवर द इंस्टॉलेशन एंड मेंटेनेंस ऑफ देम, और उन्हें इंस्टॉलेशन और मेंटेनेंस के लिए लगाया. ऑल ओवर यूरोप with the use of lamp post grew, and in this way all over the Europe the post of lamplighters was established, was in force, was grown. So in such way the lamplighters post was established, was grown in many of the European country. Today till here I have explained the chapter, and to rest of the part I shall explain tomorrow. Thank you, class.